So it is March 26th today. It is towards the end of March. It is barely into the spring season. And I'm doing something a little bit different today, a little more crowded than I'm used to. I am on Antelope Island, only about a half hour from my home, on the shores of the Great Salt Lake. This is an interesting place because your car is, I'd say, 200 feet away in the parking lot, and so you still have to pack your stuff in. So we're technically backpacking today. You can see some people way down there at the water. This is all lake bed, usually covered by the Great Salt Lake. You can see spots of it here. The ground is very soft. It's like I'm walking on the moon. Here's the Great Salt Lake. Now you can say you've been there too. That's it. It's like a sea of glass. That used to be a bird. There's a stop sign, so I stopped. Something used to be here. Pretty crazy. Not where you'd expect to find a stop sign. That looks amazing. Thick and Alfredo-y. Here's what we're looking at. There you go. Want some? Oh my. That is delicious. This is nuts. There's a large majority of people taking wedding and engagement pictures. Like all over the place. Okay, I might bag this whole idea. There's a couple there getting their pictures taken, a couple there, a couple there, a couple up halfway up the mountain, a couple there, a couple there, a couple there, a couple over there, a couple there. It is the entire hillside is literally littered with brides and grooms. So what I'm gonna have to do is bypass all of these people, or I'm gonna be in every one of their shots. This is the weirdest camp out I've ever been on. That bride is pregnant. I think that's funny. Just got to go around the point and find a nice solitary spot. The world's most uncomplicated maze. Okay, how's that for a view? I'm gonna throw this on time lapse. So there we are, guys. We bypassed all the bride and grooms. The sun is setting. So let's say goodnight to the Great Salt Lake. Okay guys, I am in the tent. It is dark. There's still some dusky twilight out there, but mostly it's dark. I'm done with this day. It's been kind of a stressful camp out, but an enjoyable one. I promise not all my videos will be like this. This is definitely one of the stranger ones. Did not anticipate it, but it is what it is. So I will see you in the morning. Good night. Good morning, guys. It's not officially sunrise for quite a while. It is 6:45 in the morning. I had a coyote come right through my camp. I think he was just curious. He didn't get into my stuff or anything. I didn't really need it that hot. But oh well, that was quick. Faster than I anticipated. Or so she said. So this requires 2 cups of water. It's turning pink in the east. We have a visitor. There's a crow up there on the pavilion. I think his caw is broken. Sounds like an old car. A crow ain't right. That is stuffed to the top. "15 minutes. It's been 15 minutes. Ooh, that feels nice. That is so much food, it's insane. Want some? So I've decided I've had enough of people today for this weekend. They keep coming and going, slamming their car doors, talking really loud. My home is sounding pretty peaceful right now. Nobody's there. It's quiet. It really is quieter than this place. I'm going to enjoy my breakfast and the sunrise. And I think we're just going to call it a trip. We're going to pack up and head out of here off of Antelope Island. Well, that is it, guys. I have packed up. Everything is cleared. Table's clean. The only trace of me being here is, of course, where the tent was. Today is just a day hike, but a much needed one. I'm just gonna hike and explore and be out in nature. Follow the Indian Trail, but instead of going up into the canyon there where the Indian Trail heads, we're gonna cut off at Hidden Valley Trail and work our way back that way. The sun is just barely coming over that mountain. So if we continue that way, more Indian Trail. What you're looking at now is Ogden City down below. It's not a huge city. Up a little higher now. Working our way up the Hidden Valley Trail away from Ogden Canyon. Going off of memory, I've only hiked this trail a couple times before. So I recognize certain points along the way, but I don't necessarily have it down in my head. We just came from there, down there. We zigzagged up this hillside to here. Some beautiful scenery down in here. We're definitely going back in the shade. And as you can see, we're getting closer to the pines. It's just beautiful. Look at that sunrise. I just heard some rocks tumble down up in here, which means something's moving. So we're going to continue into the trees and hope that there's not a large kitty cat keeping an eye on us. There are cliffs above us. Prime stalking territory. Isn't this beautiful? I think you'd rather see my experience than watch me walk through it. So here you go. This should come out to a nice scenic outcropping, if I remember right, looking over the valley. Look at that. Great Salt Lake. Whew. And Ogden. Isn't it beautiful? So, right out in the middle there without the snow on it, that's Antelope Island. So now you're looking towards the island from these mountains. And while I'm talking, I'll show you a shot from Ladyfinger Point looking back this way at these mountains. So you'll get an idea of kind of the landscape of it all. That snowy mountain right there is the Ben Lomond, highest peak in Weber County, 9,712 feet. You got Ogden Canyon. Let's take a walk to these rocks and I'll show you how far we are from the parking lot. These are some water retention areas. I think they're underground tanks. And right next to them, way down there, and that in the middle of the screen is our parking lot. Okay, so up a little higher, we were right down there on those rocks. We have about 20 more minutes of hiking. Well, there's our view. I decided to just sit here on the hillside for a minute. I think we'll hike back down to those rocks and have our break there. It'll put us behind about a half hour, but that's all right. And those are the rocks I want to sit at. As you can see, we've made a lot of progress since then. And it's kind of a pain to hike back down, but it also, if I backtrack to those rocks, then it saves us time on the hike back. I was really hoping to sit down and eat right here, but this is pretty slopey and there's no real flat ground to sit on and actually set up and make lunch, but I know there is down at those rocks. Okay, we stopped there and took in the view. We're gonna hike down to this outcropping. You can see a little place there where we can kind of set up lunch. I think what we're gonna do, is sit right here in between the rocks and make our lunch. Okay, got that pullover thing off and my back's all sweaty. We have an MRE in here, some Cliff Bars, a little cup if I need it, which I don't think I will. I'm just gonna drink from this. And yeah, let's get started on lunch. This is our main course that we're gonna make. It's chili mac. Let's put some water in this, maybe half a cup. Come on. Sometimes these are stubborn. You can't see the flame too well, but it's going. I'm gonna take this, kind of fold it in half like this, and stick it down in the water. Yeah, that's actually pretty solid. Oh, look at that view. Absolutely stunning. The water's getting warm. It's starting to steam up. It didn't boil just like I thought it wouldn't. The espit has burned up. It's gone. And the water it's just about too hot to keep your hand in. So it's pretty hot. Some more views of the cliffs. There's a lot of cactuses on the cacti, whatever, on the edges. A lot of boulders that used to be up here. Big old fat healthy cacti. It's been a few more minutes. Yeah, it's nice and soft. I was gonna cut it open, but chili mac. Want some? Oh, so good. My cracker is crumbling too much to put weight on it. Look. Look at that. Okay, well the chili mac is gone and the Air Force is starting to fly. There's an Air Force base just to my right. Anyway, I've decided I'm going to eat the pound cake. Want some? Of course you do. That's really good. It's their regular pound cake. They have a lemon pound cake that's really dense and thick and moist. It's amazing. This has a lot more air in it. It's a lot more fluffy. This is really dry. I still have 2/3 of my canteen here. That's all the lunch I want. And so I'm gonna put all this back together and we'll get back on the trail and work our way back down to the car. This time I brought Scraps along. Well, Scraps is pretty pooped. Just hiking in, we hit a lot of areas as you saw coming in. He's just laying there catching his breath. He's had plenty to drink. He's just tired. This was supposed to be an overnight adventure, but a cold front moved in a couple of days ago and temperatures up here dropped to about 29, 28 degrees. The main reason I'm up here is to go to my secret spot. I've made videos at my secret spot before. It's not just this entire area, it's a certain grove of trees up here. I would just want to see it one last time before I let it go. I kind of want to put it behind me, move forward with my life and stop dwelling on the past. I am just going to go see it one more time, and we're going to throw up a hammock and have some food and explore a little bit while we're up here. I'm not going to tell you where the secret spot is, but it's up the trail a ways. All right, guys, we are going to hit the trail and go a little further that way. And I'll see you back at the secret spot. Well, this is it. I camped here once, set my snug pack bunker up about where Scraps is now. I'm kind of testing the waters here with Scraps. I took the leash off him. He's always been a leash dog. I'm hoping he'll just kind of explore and stay close to me. Just let him be a dog and do dog things. Come here. Look what I brought. You got food and water. Look. Oh, there you go. I don't know if Scraps will get in a hammock or not. I've never tried. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on up. Come here. Nah, he's good. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. You want help? Come on. Come on. Come on. It's fun. No? Alright. This will be the last time I think I come here. I'm not positive. It's so peaceful and beautiful and green. Unfortunately, in life, we have things not work out the way we thought they would. And there are memories associated with this that I'm trying to move on from. It's almost 1 p.m. I'm not super hungry yet, but I think I'll get lunch going. We're using the S-Bit stove today. Scraps is doing a great job hanging around me. He's not running off or anything like that, so I don't have to worry about him getting lost. He's being a good boy, huh? Yeah. What am I doing? What is this all about? This looks a lot better than dog food, doesn't it? This half of the packet is chili powder, and this half is the actual seasoning, and then there's some kind of seasoning oil. Put our lid on. I just realized I brought this red plastic lightweight bowl for this very purpose because I knew it would be a tight fit. So I think what I'm going to do is put the vegetables and the meat in this bowl and then add the ramen to it. That's looking good, huh? Kind of mix that up. Boy, just by itself, I think it looks pretty good. What you doing? What am I doing? That smells good, huh? Yes, don't lick my fork. Don't lick it, stop. I'm just gonna go ahead and add this to it and let everything kind of hydrate. I'm not too worried about the ramen being cooked to perfection, and it is pretty hot. So let's add that seasoning. Let's get this all mixed in. Kind of cover my bowl and let it hydrate. We'll just let that sit for a minute, and let's check the status here of our ramen. Yeah, that looks good. Everything's nice and soft. Looks delicious. Now it's time for the ramen. Want some? Here's some ham. Wow. those are some spicy peppers. I like it though, I like spicy. Everything hydrated nicely. It tastes delicious. This is probably some of the best ramen I've ever had, with the curry ramen mixed with the ham and the peppers. It's fantastic. It's really good. That was bizarre. I was laying here in the hammock and I kept hearing a cracking noise off in the woods. And I thought maybe it was a moose or something walking through. And then I looked towards the sound. It was right up in these trees. A big branch just came crashing to the ground right up in there. Widowmaker. I've never actually seen a branch come down before. It's just whoosh. Big thud on the ground. So there's that old saying, if a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound if no one's around to hear it? I can tell you it does if you are around. That's crazy. That has never happened in my entire life. I've never seen it happen. You always see deadfall and know that it fell at some point. But I've never seen it actually take place. Really, I'm almost ready. Scrap's here. He's a little freaked out. What's the matter? I think he's ready to get moving. He's not sure why we're just hanging out here. So I just need to clean this up, and I had a nice relaxing time in the hammock, and we're gonna pack up and say goodbye to the secret spot. Yeah, wanna go for a walk? Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I wanna go for a walk. I wanna go for a walk. Please, let's go for a walk. Yes, good boy, good boy. We'll go. Let me pack up. I just came across this tree. You can see it's leaning on that other tree up there, and here's why. Listen to that. Every time the wind blows, it gets a little weaker. And eventually it's gonna fall right across here. You can hear it creaking. You can see it moving. It's breathing. That beautiful view looking back. The trees that line the property, and it's just beautiful. It's stunning. And then you turn around this way and you walk right out into this amazing huge meadow. Isn't that beautiful? Just stunning. Very picturesque. You know that makes me laugh. You clown. I have to keep backing up. He's actually moving. Joe is already up here with his friend Jacob, and I'm meeting them up here. I have to hike and find them. So I've got my pack ready to go, of course, and all I have to do is get it on and hit the trail and try to find Joe. It's his birthday. We're looking for blue blazes, like the one on this tree. Utah Steve's Outdoor Adventure Games. A little bit of downhill, which is always good. That's literally resting on top of the other log. Yeah, someone's gonna have to come in here and hack this up with the chainsaw. Here's the bridge. So we just came up that. That was a real pain. We should be coming up on a pond. You can hear frogs. Last year this was really low, if I remember correctly. Listen to those frogs. we should be coming up on a meadow very soon. I don't know what it is about seeing a nice, full, healthy river, but look at that. Driving up here, I still had the stresses of life on my shoulders, and now that I'm here, it's just all kind of melted away. I'm nearing the meadow. Here it is. Here's our turnoff. This is the meadow where I camped with Joe and my boys a couple of years ago, I guess. I don't remember the year exactly. Now the plan was to come to this meadow and follow the river up. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I can see some color through the trees up here that look like somebody's camp. I see movement and it looks like a Joe. What is up? I thought you'd be way more hidden than this. Look who I found in the middle of the woods. Go figure. What's up? I don't know. I could go camp with those guys if you want.
Yeah, I mean, you like dogs. How's it going?
What's up? Hey, Jacob.
Hey.
Jacob, which is it? Jake? Okay.
We finally get to meet.
Yep. This is awesome. I really like this. It's all shady and lots of nice, tall pine trees. I guess I'll get my crap set up, figure out where to put everything. This weighed almost nothing in my pack.
It's almost like a dream.
It is.
Yeah.
It's my dream hammock. While I'm getting set up, Jake's over there filtering.
Squeezing his bladder.
Joe's just kind of hanging out with me.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
I'm a trucker, I know.
Yeah. I left my regular glasses in my car. I did it again. I'm blind as a bat without my glasses. So I'm seriously considering hoofing it back to the truck to get my glasses. It really pisses me off, but I have to see.
Yep.
And I don't want to wear sunglasses at night. I'm not that cool. I was in the 80s.
You're still pretty cool, Steve. Come on.
I am? You are the only one who thinks so. My kids do not think I'm cool
They're
anymore.
not going to.
One of the great advantages of camping with other people is you have more than one mind to work with. Joe and I got it up over the hammock. I have this living room.
Palace.
Yeah. I really wish I had my chair. I would put it right there. It would be so sweet. I'd be sitting on the porch telling kids to get off my property. You seriously found that?
Yeah, I found it. Someone
Yeah.
must have dropped it.
Is it a Garmin?
Yeah.
So campfire will be over here. It's lunchtime. Our sleeping quarters are back there. Good distance from the fire. I think I've decided I am gonna hoof it back and get my glasses because I really want to see the stars tonight. Jake's showing us the springboard chair that they have. This is lunch. This is a United States of America humanitarian daily ration. Jake is having ramen.
Yeah, so I'm having one of the little rice Knorr packets as well as a pack of chicken to go with it.
3 different stoves. That's interesting. Joe brought this. Jake brought the firebox type stove. And I just have your basic screw on the cylinder type backpacking stove that Joe gave me. Jake added the peppers.
Yep. The creamy chicken rice is coming along nice.
It is.
Rice is nice.
I've turned this over a couple of times just to get it heated evenly. I'm using my new spork from Joe. It goes with my shoes.
Steep in goodness.
It's got the chicken in there now.
It's gonna be good.
Jake's working hard. Actually, he has been. He's been feeding that stove the whole time. So I had to retreat to the shade. Joe's over here too. He's just off camera. I think Jake's over by his tent in some shade. We're all a bunch of white guys roasting in the sun. So here's what it looks like. Want some?
Oh.
It tastes like SpaghettiOs with lentils in it. How's your lunch?
It's good. It's
That-
not great. Yeah, I have to keep the salt down, and this was, I think, this was the Knorr packet that had the least amount of salt.
So how are the peppers?
Spicy,
Yeah.
but they're good. Very tasty. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. It's about 2:15 p.m. Joe's kind of tired. He's gonna take a nap. Jake has decided he's gonna hike with me back to the car to get my glasses. I'm not gonna bring the camera and film. There's really nothing to see that you didn't see on the way up. That'll give Joe time to take a nap, and Jake and I can get to know each other better. The next time you see me, I will have hiked back to the car and come back, and you won't even know I was gone. Was it 2:30? So an hour and a half down and back. I got my glasses. Yeah, that's it. We're back at camp. We did it.
Yep, we did it.
Jake and I got to know each other and talked a lot on the trail. Joe took a nice long nap while we were gone. It's been nice to just relax with some friends and enjoy each other's company. It's been long enough now that I think I'll wander around a bit, see what there is to see. This outing was more about meeting up with friends and hanging out and celebrating Joe's birthday. And this trip's all about good food, good friends, good time. It's almost 6 p.m. so I don't know if it's getting to be dinner time or not. Look at that stash of firewood they already have.
Got a cotton ball with a little bit of petroleum jelly on it. And I got my little electronic lighter.
Okay. Wow, that really lit. That was quick.
That was quick. You build good fire. It's been a long time.
Time for Joe to go get some water. He's getting ready to start dinner. Oh, sweet.
It's
Look at that.
Garlic bread.
Really?
Might be a little smashed, but
We're having garlic bread and spaghetti in the Uintas.
Yep.
Nice. Well, dinner is ready.
Not as much as there was supposed to be, but
Yep. It's all right. And the garlic bread should be nice and toasty by now. Nice. Campfire roasted garlic bread. Look at that. Well, dinner's over. Jake has a migraine and he's not feeling well at all, and Joe's kind of not feeling his best either. Hopefully things improve over the next little bit for these guys. I really feel bad that they don't feel well. The sun has gone down behind the mountain and dusk is upon us. So they've already got a bear line in the tree. We're gonna string up the bear bags. Up it goes.
Yeah, there's a reason.
This is so fun, so relaxing, good company, good food, good times. Well guys, it is obviously bedtime. Joe's settled in. Jake, I think he just passed out. There's a ripply thing going on in my screen because of the light I'm using. I'm gonna go to bed now. It's been a fun day. Have a good night, and I will see you bright and early in the morning. Good night. Good morning, guys. It's about 6:30. I'm trying not to talk too loud because Joe and Jake are still asleep, but I've heard Joe starting to stir. I'm the first one up. And I am not going to wake Joe or Jake up. They both were feeling kind of rough last night, so they can sleep as long as they want. I see a movement over there. Look at that. How you feeling? Really? Yeah. Did you sleep well?
Not really.
How's the head?
It feels a little better.
Looks awesome. In the meantime, it's Pop-Tart time. Oh, they're not even frosted.
Yep.
It's like paper thin. Yeah, not very thick at all. And look who's here, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Joe survived the night.
So far.
How'd you sleep?
Better than the night before.
Want some? Maybe if it was in focus, you piece of camera. Mm-hmm.
Well, oatmeal later, but coffee for right now.
Yeah. Just getting going.
Yeah, I got these on Amazon. They have creamer and sugar added. Yeah, granola, powdered milk.
Yep. So Joe's making pancakes. I'm not having any, but he and Jake are. I'm full.
Home when I'm working on something.
Oh.
I turned it off, bitch.
We're starting to clean up camp. It is almost 9 a.m. You seem to be feeling better.
I am feeling better.
Joe's kind of, I think he's ready to go.
Yeah.
I think he was ready to go last night, but
I think he was too.
there he is. Well, that is it. We are done. We are cleaned up. Our packs are on. As you can see,
Our guts are poking out.
so we had a good time.
We did.
I think it was fun. Hiking up the North Fork of the Provo River Trail. This is Scrap's first ever overnight campout. This side of the pine tree here, Dylan just pointed out, it's all burned. We're gonna find a campsite away from the road, away from people, but near a water source. We'll need that, so hopefully. So we're hiking along this trail and we see this guy car camping on the side of the road. And just kind of waved and said hi, and he's all of a sudden, hey Steve, this is Devin from Backcountry Exposure.
Hey everyone.
We have never met in person, but we have communicated numerous times through each other's videos and online
A lot of years.
for years.
Yeah.
And I've never met him in person.
We've tried.
Yeah, it just hasn't panned out. So
Yeah.
we just happened to pick the same trail the same weekend.
I know.
Awesome. Well, small world.
Yeah. It's awesome.
It's good to finally meet you.
Yeah, likewise.
So that was pretty cool. Didn't expect that. He gave us some good insight. He said about a mile and a quarter up the road here, there's some beaver ponds and that kind of thing, and that was our best bet. Now the actual North Fork trailhead is up here. I think those people were the ones from the car cut by ours. Oh, even in the dirt. I thought that was just a grass thing he did, and sometimes the carpet. Look at you, you dirt bag. It's amazing how thick and beautiful these pine trees are. It's gorgeous up in here. We found a kill site. Maybe a small deer? It's not very big. That's where we want to go.
This connects here, so.
It's just a loop, isn't it?
Yeah.
It looks like it. Let's cut around this. Jude's getting a bit overheated. It's, you know, in the 80s up here, believe it or not. Keep stopping every once in a while, let him cool down. hydrate. Okay, so here's the actual trailhead. This whole meadow is fenced off, and there's some people camping over there. This is where we're gonna go. So the river's right down there. This is beautiful. We came up just a short hill from the meadow. So this is gonna be home for the night. We just have to find the exact spot. Oh, this is beautiful down here. I like this. It's very green. Okay, so I think this is our spot. The river's too swift to cross. We need the water source. Back in there is just a big dead end. This looks like an okay place to set up. It's not awesome, but it's the best thing we've found. We'll clean it up and make it ours for the night. Okay?
Okay.
First things first though.
Bug spray.
So we got a fire ring thrown together. Dylan's kind of prepping it.
Two situations. Make more smoke and make the area smell like bug repellent. Make yourself smell like bug repellent.
So Dylan and Jude have the tent coming along. They are the experts at putting it up. Scraps is dead. This is our closet over here where we've got the packs and the stuff sacks and coats and whatnot hanging from the tree. There's not a whole lot to explore. We kind of came to a dead end and set up camp, and here we are. I think we're just gonna hang out. I think this is one of those outings that is just a chill, get away from home, spend the night in the woods, talk around a campfire. So Dylan is over there building something with rocks, and beside him is Scraps. He loves this soft green grass. Look at him. Let's talk about dinner. What are you having?
I'm having lasagna with meat sauce.
I went with the chicken teriyaki. My favorite is the chicken and rice, but they didn't have that, did they?
No.
You wanted that too, didn't you?
Yep.
And Dylan is also, he's busy with his fridge, but he's also having the lasagna. Dylan's gonna go first. He has a new cook kit. It's like we have a boil. We got a lot of steam shooting out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go like this.
So now it's Jude's turn. He's gonna use Dylan's cook pot too. So let's see what Dylan has. Let's check out his lasagna. That looks really good.
Yeah, I always like their mountain house stuff.
Yeah. Not the most adventurous outing ever, but we really needed to get away. Jude's lasagna is pretty much ready now. It's not yours, buddy. Look at his tail wag.
This tastes just like it was freshly baked and out of the oven.
Really? It's that good?
Yeah.
Probably looks that way when you throw it back up, too. Here is my teriyaki chicken. Want some? Well, it's time. These are the chocolate-filled chocolate marshmallows. Gooey. All right. Here goes. Yummy.
You do proper send off.
A proper send-off for what? You're gonna burn the dog.
chuck it in the river and you must salute.
I'll watch you do it.
Okay, go now.
Well, that's it. I've cleaned up all the food and garbage. It's all in the bear bag, so we're gonna go hang it up. So as I was hanging the bear bag, I noticed this right below it. That is bear scat. He's not a very big bear. That's not very much poop, but it is bear scat. But it was still mushy when I poked it with a stick. I had it in these branches and now it's way up there. Well, we're gonna burn up the last of this wood and then we'll call it a night. They still kind of want to poke around in the fire, so as soon as that fire dies down, we'll go back in the tent and call it a day. Well, we are in the tent, cozy and ready for a good night's rest. We're gonna watch our movie. It's almost 10 p.m. Anyway, we're gonna say goodnight. We'll see you in the morning. Say goodnight, guys.
Alright.
Good night.
But Jude's up. He's gonna help me get the bear bag down. You ready, buddy? Okay, just slowly let it down. What you doing? Oh, hey. Scraps is trying to eat that bear scat. What's the matter with you? Nasty. There's real food. Right there. Right there. Yeah. Freeze-dried cereal. This looks like Crunch Berries. Captain Crunch Frosted Flakes. And for me, this is strawberries, bananas, granola. All of this was freeze-dried by my friend Kent. We're just gonna let Dylan sleep in. I think he had a rougher night than the rest of us. So you just crumble it into that and then just add a little water and stir it up. Give it a second to reconstitute. How is it? Awesome. There you go. Here's what that looks like. Want some? Not sure if we'll stay till lunch. I think Dylan wants to because he wants to use his new cook pot to cook ramen in. What I think we'll do though, I think we will drive up the road and just see where the snow levels are. Make an interesting twist to the video anyway. Jude's got his hot chocolate. Dylan's gonna have breakfast and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do next. Probably break camp. Maybe we'll just clean up camp, hike back to the truck, drive up and look at the snow and find somewhere to just have lunch in a couple hours or so. Did you get it? Did you get it? No more tent. As for the fire pit, we've concealed it. I made sure it was dead out. I even put my hands in the ashes and rolled it around. No heat whatsoever. So, just looks like a little pile of pine needles and a cow pie. The plan is still to drive up the road a ways and check out the snow. And no one's more eager to do it than Scraps. Please, can we go, please? Well, here's your snow check. This is Bald Mountain Pass, 10,000 feet. It's very windy. Very windy up here. Dylan was just pointing out the footprints and also where people may have snowboarded off of this. That's Bald Mountain. Well guys, that's gonna end this video. And what a spectacular ending it is. The beautiful Uinta Mountains of Utah. I am filming on my cell phone this entire trip. I got all the way up here with my regular camera that I film all my videos with and turned it on to film. And there is no memory card in the camera. This is all going to be cell phone and also not on a tripod because I don't have the little bracket with me that would hold my phone onto my tripod. We're camping at a lake called Hoover Lake. Fair Lake, 1/2 mile. Shepherd Lake, 1 mile. Hoover Lake, 1.5 miles. And somebody forgot their hats. Fair Lake, which is just down here, is the smallest of the lakes. Shepherd Lake is much bigger, and Hoover Lake, from the looks of it, is even bigger than Shepherd Lake. I've only been hiking maybe 10 minutes and you can already see Fair Lake down there. I'll put the elevation that we're at right now on the screen, and that makes for thinner air. So this is Fair Lake, and right over in that group of pine trees right over in there is where my boys and I camped when we came here last. Okay, we're leaving Fair Lake behind, heading on towards Shepherd Lake. This hike has one of the longest boardwalks I've ever seen. This winds all the way through here, snakes around, and continues up into those trees. He's having fun. Woo! Now going downhill towards Shepherd Lake, and the trees are getting much thicker. Not just width-wise, but the density of the forest is what I mean. Hi, buddy. How are you? Just exploring? Look at this trail. It's just very rocky. I'm getting eaten alive. I have bug spray, but I haven't put any on yet, and I should have put it on at the trailhead. You kind of have to make every step count coming down this trail. That looks like a dry creek bed, but it's actually the trail. Shepherd Lake. And where I camped last time was right over there. Hiked all the way around the lake and settled on that spot. There are only a couple of places you can really camp here. Hoover Lake is right down over that. Well, we're leaving Shepherd Lake behind. As you can see, it's bigger than Fair Lake was. And our trail continues to the left up that way to Hoover Lake. I've been taking this hike slow and steady, moving over and letting people pass at their leisure, petting a lot of dogs. Lake's right there. Our trail goes this way. I hear a lot of voices. This is Hoover Lake. My first time ever being here. Quite beautiful, and a beautiful day too. So now the question is, do we keep going left or do we go right? I think I am going to go to the left still. That's been my pattern so far, so I'm going to stick to it. So we'll see what we can find. Hopefully I'm not going to walk through a swamp or something. All right, this is looking really promising. This is the second sign I've seen for Hoover Lake. Trail goes that way. There's another little, I don't know if that's a lake or a pond over there. I think we'll walk over there first, see if there's a spot. Well, I literally didn't hike very far at all. The sign is right there. And when I come over this way, I come across this huge fire pit. I could hang my hammock right in there, which might be even better because then I'm more visible from right there. People would realize they're walking through my camp. I don't know if this is an actual lake or just a pond. I will do some research, and if it has a name, I'll put it up here on the screen right now, or I will put on the screen that it has no name. I think this is home for the night. Things look good up here. I don't see anything that's too dead that might fall on me. Okay guys, time to take the pack off and set up camp. Okay, here's the setup. Didn't take me too long. Had to get a little creative as usual with the tarp. Right now, I am finally worked up an appetite and I am starving. So let's talk about lunch. So I've just got some various things in here that are kind of left over from different MREs and also from that came with this. And for lunch today, we are going to have peas in tomatoes. 240 calories, oatmeal cookie. We're gonna eat this first while that warms up, while the soup warms up. That's what it looks like. I'm glad there's no raisins in it. I can't stand oatmeal raisin cookies. Want some? All right, that's been sitting quite a while in the hot water, so it's probably done. It looks more like beans in tomatoes to me. I guess those are peas. Are those black-eyed peas? Want some? It's really thick and hearty. I can see why they use beans in a humanitarian meal, because they're going to be very filling. But it's very well seasoned. It's gotten quite a bit cloudier. Been laying here for about an hour, just taking it in. Mosquitoes were all over the bug net for a while, but they've gone away. I have a visitor. Kinda I like to get. Found some munchies in my camp somewhere. He's been feeding his face. He's not too people shy. Fly in distress right there. These thunderheads have just kind of been rolling through off and on. Nice and intermittent. Building up over that way. Whoa, check out what just landed on me. Got me a friend. Beautiful meadow back in here. There is a trail going around this lake. It's soggy, so we're just going to avoid it. It kind of goes right through here. This looks like an old fire pit. Yeah, hasn't been used in a long time. Look at this. You don't see that every day. Somebody bury a dog here. It almost looks like it says Tony Dugmore or and it's bound with leather. Maybe this was his favorite place and so they put a memorial to him here. I don't know. So coming from the meadow turns into a boulder field through here. So now we're at the tail end of the lake. This is pretty big. This has got to have a name. I probably already put it on the screen by now, but camp is over in there. The brush is getting really thick through here, and it's getting very bouldery, if that's a word. So I don't think I'm going to continue that way. I think what I'll do is head back to where camp is over there, and just, that looks a lot more accessible. And now we're going to hike that way around the lake. Oh, this is a swamp. Look at this. This is what I'm walking through. I'm getting inundated with mosquitoes. Man, there's bugs everywhere through here. This is all just a swamp. I'm not going to keep going. I cleaned up the fire pit. I dug the foil out of it. I'll take that home with me in my trash. Thought we'd go over here to Hoover Lake and just walk around a little bit. I don't think I'll go around the whole thing. It's big. It's quite a hike. And that almost reminds me of the ocean. The sand is so white. And some black mixed in with it. Okay, well, I got some water from the lake. I'm gonna go ahead and filter it, but I don't know if I can film this. Holding my camera and filtering water. So your squeeze. Most of you are probably familiar with these. Okay, that was madness. I didn't quite get a liter. I got 2/3 of a liter, but that's okay. I still have another liter that I haven't even opened. But holding this and squeezing that while there were mosquitoes swarming my face, just a freaking nightmare. They're everywhere. Seems like as the day is wearing on, it's now 5:30 p.m. The bugs are coming out in full force, so I may start a smoky fire just to kind of clear them out. Okay, that ought to help. So here's the entree. Brisket entree gravy with seasoned beef brisket slices. Honestly, this is kind of lackluster. I was kind of excited about it, but I'm not too thrilled with what's in it, but I'll make it work. There you go. That looks awesome. Want some? Here goes. Pretty good. Well, the brisket is ready. The brisket entree. There you go. That looks amazing. Want some? It's dripping. Oh yeah. That's awesome. And the sun's going right through my glasses. Yeah, that's really good. Well, it's time to hang this up. Well, there it is. Hanging high from the tree. Tried to give it some distance from the tree. I actually had to stand right over there in the smoke with my back to the fire to eat my dinner. The bugs were finding me sitting here. And so I found that if I surrounded myself in smoke, And then they left me alone. You can see the different lighting on the lake. God, that's breathtaking. It's like a painting. And it's gotten very quiet over here at Hoover. There's no nest in there, and you can't really see in there. But it goes down and into the tree. I was out walking around and I found this hawk feather. How cool is that? Isn't that beautiful? I'm trying to just walk around and check stuff out, but every time I stand still, no matter where it is, near the water, away from the water, it doesn't matter. Bugs. So many bugs. I had to show you this. I was just climbing in and I saw a Doritos bag. I was going to pick it up and put it with my trash. I'm still going to, but it's not open. Not even animals found this. Not even that fat little chipmunk. And it says, best if used by 16th of November 2021. This has been out here since last summer. Ready to just call it a night. Bing, bing. Anyway, guys, sweet dreams, and I will see you in the morning. Good night. There's a very unhappy squirrel out there. Anyway, good morning, guys. I had a really rough night. I started the fire again at one point and just warmed up a little, stared at the stars. I kept dreaming that I was hearing things, but I wasn't hearing anything. Like I would wake up, shine my light, look out, nothing. And the sounds I was dreaming were modern sounds, like metal clanging together and running on a sidewalk. I'd be like, oh my gosh, what is that? Look at that sunrise. How beautiful is that? It's almost 6:40. The lighting is perfect. Look at that. Stunning. Look at that lighting. Isn't that beautiful? Perfect mirror image. God, that's stunning. I've already got bugs trying to go up my nose. So this is what I have left from my last trip. Freeze-dried granola, strawberries, and bananas with the milk freeze-dried in with it. Just let that kind of soak in. I'm going to move over here. There's too many bugs. Beautiful. You want some? This is not easy holding a phone and trying to eat and bugs in my face. This will be the first time that I've ever bugged out because of bugs. So literally bug out. And just watch. Do you see them? They just immediately find me. And so maybe you can understand why I just want to pack up and go. The bugs. There are enough bugs here to keep Oogie Boogie alive. Well, that's it, guys. I'm all packed up. There's my pack, ready to go. I'm going to drink the last of this water. This site has been good to us. It's been a fun outing. I've enjoyed it very much, even though it was buggy. And even though I forgot the memory card to my camera. Some more of this on. And head out onto the trail. Well, hello guys. It's been a while, hasn't it? Been a minute. Come here, Scraps. So we're back up at my little refuge from the city. I haven't posted a video in almost 3 months. I've had a lot of people approach me in person as well as online, emailing me, asking if I was okay, where I've been. Where have I been? Let's talk about that. And I also brought some food. I brought some new things to show you. It's just I felt like I owed everybody an update. Basically, if you take the culmination of 2020 through 2022, all 3 of those years have not been easy or kind to me, despite my best efforts. And 2022 slapped me around like a redheaded stepchild. So basically, right after the first of the year, my St. Bernard Bob passed away unexpectedly, and that was a blow to me. A few months after Bob passed away, my car broke down, and it was not a small breakdown. It put me without a car for roughly 8 weeks, and then suddenly food was more expensive, gas was more expensive, and I just kind of hit a wall. So I was in a hole. I don't, my parents aren't around anymore. I don't have a spouse. I'm a single father and doing my best to raise 2 kids. It's just been one thing after another. So I started to think, I'm broke. I'm brokenhearted. I'm struggling just to get by, let alone take a 2-hour drive back and forth to the Uintas with gas prices being what they are. And it kind of shut me down. I hit a wall, and the whole last 3 years just kind of hit me in the face, and I said, I'm done. I literally did not get out and camp at all this whole summer, not even with my kids. I went through a pretty big depression and just kind of rode it out. I just kind of felt like, well, until something significant changes, this is where I am. 3 years of just getting punched in the stomach over and over makes you kind of want to sit down and reassess. It's been 3 months. I've been able to recharge. I've been able to rethink things. I've been able to figure out what works for this channel and what doesn't. And now I'm thinking there are going to be a lot more hiking videos. There are going to be a lot more overnights that are in the car. I still want to backpack, so I got to figure that out. You'll see new videos coming up. I plan to get out a lot more. I decided it was time to update everybody and address those issues as well as others. So we're okay. I'm still here. Bob Jr. was retired when Bob passed away. My little Bob Jr. mascot that I brought on every camp out. And I didn't replace him, but I finally found a replacement that will be around for the rest of the channel, I hope. Meet Indiana Dundee. This came in a set with a canoe and another little guy, another little backpacker. He's our new mascot. You will see him on many upcoming adventures. We're not staying overnight. We're just here for fun. Yeah? All right. Okay. Hop down. Get down. Get down. And an MRE. Menu 5, chicken chunks, white, cooked. I'm glad it's cooked. This was such an impromptu hike that I just grabbed the bare minimum and bolted out the door with scraps. What do we have here? We have trail mix recovery. We have buffalo style hot sauce. carbohydrate electrolyte beverage powder, orange. I could throw that in my water and shake it up. So that's basically Gatorade. Comes with M&Ms. Right on. First Strike energy bar, the chocolate one. Tortillas. We have some tortillas. We might be having some cold chicken tortillas for dinner. There's the chicken. The spoon that I talked about. And finally, cheese spread. I hate this stuff, but you know what? I actually will eat it in the in a chicken burrito. It sounds okay with buffalo sauce. It actually sounds like it might smother the flavor of this crap. Here are the tortillas. There should be two of them. I think there's usually two. There's your chicken. Want some? Put roughly half on each. I might even share with Scraps. I think what I'm going to do is put it all on one and then just cover it with the other one. There you go. Look at that tail wag. So there's your sauce. There's the fake cheese. How can this possibly be real? People say it is, but I have my doubts. Come here. Some cheese? Some cheese? Even he hesitated. He's like, nasty. Went down there. Okay, we'll do our best here. Okay, so all cleaned up. I decided to eat the M&Ms too. It's been a while since I had anything like that, so pretty tasty. It was pretty good. Scraps enjoyed it. He's all energized now. Scraps is going absolutely bonkers because I put his leash on. Now he's all excited because we're going to go explore. This is so beautiful. Look how long the grass is. When I was up here in the spring, this was all so dry and dead and barely growing, and now it's just thick and lush and beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? I think the last time I was here was maybe in May. It is now September. So I missed the entire summer, but I needed it. Sometimes you just have to step back, reassess, and then move forward again. I hope this wasn't too boring of a video, guys. It wasn't much, but it's a start, a restart, if you will. Thanks for joining me. It's a beautiful, crisp autumn day, beginning of October 2022, and it's probably 50 degrees right now. So here we go. Isn't that beautiful? It's one of a few bridges along this trail, close to the city, so of course you get the graffiti, which is a bunch of crap. No water. It's kind of strange. There's a hammock strung up right there. Just an off-brand, inexpensive hammock. It's been here a long time. And because it's been here so long, I'm going to wrap it up and take it out, all packaged up. This is yours, let me know. Parking lot is way up in there. Look at these beautiful trees. Scrub oak. Beautiful mountains. Those are the mountains near my home. On the other side of that is Ogden. Look how this opens up right here. Wow. Eventually we're going to stop, take a breather. There should be some water flowing up here. Let Scraps get a drink. I have water with me. I also have a water filter if I need it. I may or may not. I don't know. This is a loop that I'm on. I think we should have time to do the whole loop. So we just came from that bridge down there. We're about to cross this bridge. And as you can see, there's a little bit of water down there. Yeah, I think it loops through icebox. Beautiful color. So we are going to go to the right, down this way. If I remember right, this trail just goes down to right to a very impressive creek. And that's probably where we'll finally rest for a bit. We're coming to another bridge, which is probably going to have water under it. Well, I was wrong. This is not a bridge over troubled waters. Like the Simon and Garfunkel song. We're almost to the water. Yeah. Are you so excited? Yeah. And this trail is going to meet this creek any second now. We're going to be walking right along it as we go, so we're not going to stop here. Look at that. There's our surroundings right now. Okay. Isn't that pretty? Crystal clear mountain water. Just like Grandma used to make. There's some beautiful mushrooms. There's one growing right out the end of this stump. So I'm pretty sure we are officially in Icebox Canyon. And it is much colder down here. Probably because we're close to the water and it's so enclosed, encompassed about, surrounded by, and encumbered upon by foliage. There's a spot up here. We should be getting close to it. I think we just found it. We did. Just as I'm talking about it, here's that spot. So here's the creek. Here's the spot I was thinking of. So we're gonna set up right here. This is mac and cheese with hot dogs, freeze dried. My buddy Kent gave me this months ago. Okay, and then finally I have this. This is from an MRE. This is a meat patty. It's my least favorite thing in all of MRE history. Beef patty grilled jalapeno pepper jack flavor. What I'm gonna do is heat it up in my stove, just warm it through and give it to Scraps. I think he'll enjoy it. Really? We're gonna just tuck it down in the water. Thank you everybody who have remained with me and continue to watch the channel. I'm just trying to put something good out into the world, because we live in a world now that is full of negativity. It's swimming in it. It's angry and nasty, and I just want my channel to be a place of refuge, a place of peace, a place to relax and enjoy being out in nature. And that's it. Let's see if Scraps will eat this meat patty from an MRE. I'll keep that water in there and use it for the macaroni. Whoa. I'm gonna drain it. Nothing like liquid meat. All right, see, it looks like this. There it is. Want some? It smells just like canned dog food. That smell is hitting me even from here. So let's see if Scraps likes it. Does it smell good? Oh, we have a winner. I found someone who will eat these. Here's what the middle looks like. See if I can get it to focus. There you go. It's just like a pressed meat patty. Sit down. Sit. Yeah. That's tasty, huh? Try not to spill. Okay, so we will just cover that over and let it steep. Scraps is giving me his very nervous look that he gives me every time I sit down and rest somewhere in the mountains. This happens every time I take him out. He thinks we're staying for the night and he doesn't want to. So he will probably be jumping for joy when I clean up and we get going. Look how clear that water is. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that waterfall. Okay, let's see. It boiled for a little bit. It's nice and thick. It looks like it cooked well. It's not soupy anymore. The pasta absorbed the water. Want some? Hot. Whew. It's good. It's good. Look, it fogs my glasses up. Can't see. Okay. I really can't. Well, that's it. All cleaned up. Scraps can't wait to get out of here. Huh. Are you so excited that we're not staying? Yes. The sun feels amazing. Been sitting in the shade for so long. It was so cold. Well, it wasn't freezing cold, but it was cold. And the sun feels just incredible right through here. Bridge is going to be right down here. See that mountainside there. We're connecting now. We're coming out of Icebox Canyon and connecting to Wheeler Creek Trail. As you can hear, we have moved away from the creek. There's our stunning view. Parking lot. We hiked down through there, up into there, through Icebox Canyon on the other side of that mountain, and around and out this way. I think that's gonna do it for this adventure. Thanks for joining me, guys, on this amazing hike. I will see you in the next video. We're on the Birdsong Trail right here in Ogden, and there was a fire here on September 6th. I thought we would come back and check out the burn scar, see what kind of damage the fire did. It's very windy. Hopefully my microphone filter is filtering out a lot of the wind noise. Bonneville Shoreline Trail is that way. Birdsong Trail is this way. So on September 6th of this year, 2022, at about 4 p.m., a fire broke out right along this trail. I have researched the snot out of it, and the closest I've been able to find as to a cause of the fire is that it was human caused, possibly by homeless people. It looks like somebody lit a fire, it got out of control, and they just took off and didn't tell anybody. And so it spread quite a bit before anybody spotted it. I'm not sure exactly how many acres burned in this fire. I'll put it up here on the screen if I can find it. It's a Monday morning, my favorite day to hike, because the weekend is a madhouse through here. The leaves are changing quite a bit now. We open up to this beautiful area right here, and then we're going to go up this hillside here. I was sitting on my porch, I could see the smoke from my house, and there were planes flying over and dropping water all through here. Planes and helicopters. We're about 8 level now with the canyon, so it's gonna get intense as far as the wind goes. Look at that. This is insane. I didn't expect all this wind. Looks like mostly the sagebrush took the brunt of it. This was all sagebrush right here. This was all sagebrush. It's getting intense. Those are some serious wind gusts. You can see how much vegetation there is through here, and how easily people could have lost their homes. Wilson! So let's get out of the wind. They did an excellent job containing this. You can see where the water was dumped and it just washed the hillside down. It looks like a sandy beach right here. We're gonna go down in these trees. We're out of the wind now. This goes down and then the trail goes up again. And at the top of that hill is a neighborhood. When I was here last, this was flowing pretty good. This little creek. It's just kind of a muddy mess now, but it's quite a beautiful creek when it's flowing. This is kind of the bottom, and from here it goes up and just goes into that neighborhood. So I'm not going to continue from this point. Bench was saved. I need to get my hands warm. I thought this would have burned for sure. So I'm glad it was just the mostly sagebrush, it looks like, that burned. I'm just greatly relieved that the bulk of this, most of the trees were saved. You can see now that's where we were. That's the incline we took up, and that's the hillside that got burned, that entire thing. The sun has come up over the mountain, not specifically where we are, and that means the wind is finally starting to die down. That was insane up there on that hill. That was some intense wind. Well, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Just short and sweet, really. The Birdsong Trail burned. Luckily, the Rainbow Gardens were spared. The Timber Mine restaurant was spared. All of those people's homes were spared. In fact, you can see where the fire was burning on that hillside, and then you come up the ridge just a little bit, and there's someone's house right there. I bet they were sweating like crazy watching that burn. Okay guys, that's it for this video. On to the next. Hello, Utah Steve back for another video. Today, a little bit different of a hike. You are looking at the old Snow Basin Road. This is a highway that has been closed for several years. I'm gonna hike down the highway until roughly noon, then we'll take a break, have some snacks, have a chat, the usual. Then we'll hike our way back to the car on the same highway. I am not in a huge hurry. I'm not out to fly to one end of the road and come all the way back up. On this side we have pine and spruce. Looks like mostly spruce. And down here we have scrub oak and aspens over that way. You can see how the road is slowly being reclaimed by nature. I think it's kind of cool that they didn't tear this up. This is unusually open. And I just want to take a peek. It's funny, I think about this a lot. When we see the leaves change color, what that is the year is growing old and they're dying and they're falling to the ground, and that was the end of their lifespan. And we don't look at human beings the same way. We don't see aging human beings as beautiful. They've got all this experience, all this vast knowledge and wisdom through decades of living, and we don't give them nearly the credit that we give nature when it gets old and dies. Well, that was interesting. It's just a random meadow. The foliage gets really thick in there. Back on the highway. Look at that. Totally separated. It's nice and thick. Look at that. That's probably, I'd say, a good foot thick of asphalt, if I'm making sense. These milkweed plants are really spitting out their seeds, the cotton stuff that comes out of them. So we came from that way. We're going this way. We have a little less than an hour more to hike before we stop and rest somewhere. Look at that. There is only one bullet hole in that sign. Right there below the D. And that sign looks freaking brand new. Crazy. Anyone know what this is? Looks like it shut and locked at one time. So the highway continues, and you can see way out there. That's the highway too, right there. It just goes on and on and on. But I did notice that this was still a two-lane highway. You can see right here where the middle line was. So you got this half, and then this half is being overtaken by nature. A lot easier for it to grow up through gravel than asphalt. So I just realized that the pavement begins again right here. We're back on regular asphalt, and looking the other direction, the direction we just came from, another perfectly untouched pavement ends sign. It looks brand new. What's strange to me about that is that this highway's been abandoned for years, and it snows and it rains and there's hot sun. You would think eventually it would look weathered. That sign would. I mean, look at the road. Okay, so that is Wheeler Creek Canyon, if you can call it a canyon. It's not very long. There's a trail that goes right through it. I've made many videos there. We've made some distance. Let's see how far we've hiked since the car. Here comes another one up the hill. We have walked 4.16 miles. Not too shabby. Hello. So I'm going to look around this right here and see if anything out here looks like a place I can go off and sit. Maybe there's a trail going up that way. Oh, I already spotted it right here. So we're going to go up here and find somewhere off trail to chill. And we've got this big open space surrounded by spruces. So we're gonna sit on this log right here and have a snack. Holy cow, am I thirsty. My voice is kind of getting raspy. I probably should have stopped and hydrated along the way, but I was too excited to keep moving. Okay, so I have pork rinds, pistachios, and jerky, and I've got some antioxidant and also some caffeinated water powder stuff, and that's pretty much it. Now, why do I have all these loose pistachios in my Ziploc bag? We can thank Scraps for that. I went to get them today to pack some of them. I was going to pack some, and I couldn't find them anywhere. They were in the original bag from the grocery store. And then it dawned on me that Scraps has a habit of finding, say, a cat food can or a tuna can or something like that, and taking it out the back door into the backyard and cleaning it out. And so on a hunch, I went out in my backyard and I found the full bag of pistachios laying on the grass, unopened, but with some teeth marks pierced into the packaging. And I can just picture him carrying this bag the size of his head out the pet door, out the doggy door, into the backyard, and being disappointed when he couldn't get into them. I'm just gonna hang out here and re-energize, rehydrate, and then we'll get back on the road and have to hike back to the car. I'll come back in a little bit, otherwise you're just gonna sit here and watch me eat. No one wants to see that. Well, I've replenished my energy. I've cleaned up, as you can see. And if you're wondering, I did bring Indy with us. Now the only thing left to do is go right back up the highway, back up towards the car. Now the problem we face, of course, is that it's all uphill. This entire journey has been downhill from the very beginning. Well, we're almost back to the car. It's starting to level out a little bit, I can tell. He's just up around this corner at the gate. Thanks for joining me on yet another adventure, guys. I really appreciate you being here. Do yourselves a favor. Get off the couch, get outside in nature, and have some fun. The views are spectacular. And if you can't get outside, come along with me. I could use the company. See you in the next one, guys. Take care.